Aussie-made patented hair loss treatment, the Hairy Pill, has seen an uptick of sales during COVID-19. The pill, created by two young Melburnian men in conjunction with world-renowned dermatologists as well, Dr. Rod Sinclair and Jonathan Stiebel, is the director of the Hairy Pill, I should say, not the Happy Pill. We need those. It's Friday. How you doing?
Good. How are you, Aaron?
I'm doing really well. Where did the idea come from?
So the idea came from my friend Noah, who's also my business partner, and Dr. Rod Sinclair as well. So Noah was actually seeing Dr. Rod Sinclair for his hair loss, and the results were unbelievable. And we sat down on his couch one day and we were just talking about it, and all of a sudden we thought, what an amazing business idea to make accessible for all Australians, convenient, affordable, all of these things. The treatment is amazing and the results were incredible. So I suppose that's
there's one thing that really impacts a person's confidence, it can be hair loss.
Absolutely.
I think of my dad at about 19, the hairy curls started to disappear.
That's right.
And you could see the confidence really impacted. And I think a lot of dads, a lot of men out there go through the same thing.
Absolutely. So we see huge issues with self-confidence. It creates a lot of stress. So it's really important to individualize the experience for people. So to make sure that you're treating the person, not just providing them with a one-size-fits-all solution and sending them on their way. So making sure that each time or over the course of the relationship with the patient, you have ongoing consultations with them, you're tracking their progress, you're providing the support required, you're alleviating their concerns. All of those things are really important, and I think having a digital health solution allows you to do that. Whereas in the more traditional way of seeing a doctor or just going in to see a dermatologist, you have to condense all of your concerns into that one meeting point.
Yeah, right.
Whereas with our service, the service framework is ongoing. So the Hairy Pill team is always available 7 days a week. So helping people out with those self-confidence issues, with those questions, with those concerns.
Dumb question, but is it a pill?
It is. It's one single pill that you take daily. So
wow.
If you're comparing it, I suppose, to what's really available in market, there are so many different things, so many methods of application. Sometimes you're taking multiple pills, you're putting a foam in your hair, you're rubbing it in your hair twice a day, which is not a great experience. No. You're putting a roller through your hair, you're wearing a laser cap. So the method of application is really difficult for people. So people just stop using it. Whereas with our treatment, it's one single pill. It's always
it's funny,
one
isn't
pill
it? Like dealing with
daily.
hair loss feels like a kind of Shane Warne / 90s phenomenon where you kind of are laughing at the person going, is that a wig, or what are you doing, or why do you care? And it actually had the opposite impact of, instead of helping people's confidence, they were being made fun of as well. Where has science brought us today?
So it's certainly changed the stigma attached to hair loss. It was very 90s, Shane Warne, white coat, my dad's going to go do that, or my mum, the 60-year-old, 70-year-old people. But it's something that affects people from literally 18 to 80.
Yep.
So age is a huge factor in that.
Yeah.
So the science has come a long way. It doesn't have to be just using something that was invented in the 80s or 90s. There are different forms of application, as I said, whether it be taking something orally rather than topically, which is going to be more potent and effective, taking something under the tongue. Like, things are changing in the industry and technology is improving.
We often think that hair loss is something that men go through, particularly in their 30s and 40s. Is that the majority? Is that all of your clients?
No. So men do make up a predominant percentage of what we have, but we have 30% of our patient base as females. So female baldness or female hair loss is a much bigger problem than most people think.
And not often spoken about.
Not at all. So over 50% of Australian women will go through some form of hair loss in their lives. It's not often you see a 50-year-old lady walking down the street with the hair of an 18-year-old.
Right.
So, age plays a really important factor.
And if they are,
in
they
that.
should probably give it back, of course.
Exactly right. If they're wearing their daughter's wig, they should probably give it back. But age plays a really important factor. Genetics, post-pregnancy, post-menopause, illness.
Well, what I'm interested in, though, is that you've seen an uptick in people utilising the service during COVID. Is that because people have more time to research their own health and to do these things, or what do you attribute it to?
I think it was the perfect storm for our business. So if you lock down 25 million people and hair loss is self-diagnosable, it's not something that requires face-to-face consultation. So you lock people down, you have something that is self-diagnosable, and our business is 100% operational because we rely on essential services like pharmacies and Australia Post. And it literally becomes this perfect storm for us where we see week-on-week growth of 20 to 25% in our patients since March this year. And if you look at the statistics in Australia, in the second quarter of this year, there were over 17 million telehealth consultations, which
Yeah.
in that 3 months is 21 times more than the last 9 years
Wow.
combined.
Yeah.
So the industry is completely changing, and COVID really forced that. But I think it's a good thing because digital health is where we need to play. It's much more convenient for people regionally as well.
Wonderful.
So,
Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations.
thank you. Thank you
Sounds
very
good.
much.